Today is the Saturday 18th of October 2025, and we are gathered here today for the 204th session of Mindfulness for Beginners in English conducted by Nissarana Vanaya. I would like to welcome Venerable Rohini, who has taken on today's session as well. And we would also like to welcome everyone who's joining us today live via Zoom, and anyone who may be watching later on YouTube or any downloaded forums on the website. Our program will commence as usual with the in-session practice of mindfulness, guided by Venerable Rohini, and we will then move on to the talk on today's topic, which is a continuation from last week, and the topic is on Be Like a Cat. Finally, we will move on to the Q&A, and any reports that we have received, we will present it to Venerable Rohini for her guidance. I would now like to invite Venerable Rohini to start the in-session practice of mindfulness.
Thank you, Sonali. Hello, everyone. So today I think this week we will do mindful sitting. As last week we did mindful walk. So today we are going to concentrate on either posture or the breath. So please sit comfortable manner and gently close your eyes and keep your hands also in a comfortable way. Now you can observe your thoughts rushing through right now. Just try to observe your thoughts. And if you can focus on your body, observe it. You may feel the sitting posture. As I am sitting, not walking, not lying, not standing, just now I am sitting. So enjoy here, now I am. So that is very specific moment. If the natural breath take your attention, you can concentrate on that. Otherwise, you can keep continuing observing the bodily movement or the bodily posture, how you sit. If you are able to catch the natural breath, so you can keep your attention with the breath. So when you keep your attention with the breath, there are two ways. One is observing the breath only. So you observe the breath. How many breaths you can observe? So we call that is quantity wise. How many breaths you can observe, or how long you can keep your attention with the breath. 1 second, or only one breath, or 2 breaths, or 10, 20 breaths, or you can count with the minutes. I'm not saying that you time to time you need to watch the clock and count the clock. I'm just saying you can extend your mindfulness in quantity wise. How long you can keep your attention in one place. The second way of improving mindfulness is you can keep your attention with the quality. you are observing your breath, and while you're observing your breath, you can observe in detail of the breath. Is it long? Is it short? Is it rough? Is it cold or warm? The qualities of the breath. So it is the second way of improving mindfulness. So one is increasing the volume, quantity, or how long you are keeping your attention in one place. The second one is while you are keeping your attention in one place, then you are observing the quality of breath. What are the qualities? They have their individual, their own qualities. In-breath is something not similar to the out-breath. So you can observe today, you can observe those things. So if you are able to keep your attention with the breath, try to keep your attention with the breath for long. And in the meantime, try to observe the quality of the breath, qualities of the breath. So we will keep that for 15 minutes as usual. Okay, everyone. Thank you for participating in session practice. Over to you, Sonali.
Thank you, Venerable Rohini. Next on the agenda is the talk on today's topic. Most of you may have started this topic with us last week. The name of the topic is Be Like a Cat. Last week we learned a lot about the characteristics of it and how we can adapt them to better ourselves, our lives. And let's invite Venerable Rohini one more time to continue this, to explore this topic. Over to you, Venerable Rohini.
Thank you, Sonali. So, live like a cat. Hello, everyone. I would like to start today how our lives are. So, usually, just imagine early in the morning when we wake up. Actually, it is, if you are mindful enough, as soon as wake up, there's nothing. It's a really empty mind. So maybe you want not even maybe you experience it, or otherwise you will experience in future, because at night, so you are calm and sleep, so that collectedness gives you a little freedom from the thoughts and other things. So when you wake up, it is like a empty mind, not much in there. But as soon as you wake up, there are many, many thoughts flooding. The thoughts carries with many, many expectations, hopes. So throughout the day, you have to carry on those hopes and expectations. So that is how life start early in the morning. Everyone, not anyone can have excuse, except really the mindful person, like enlightened one or stream mentor. Otherwise, everyone experience this kind of thing actually. When you wake up, there's nothing, but as soon as you feel that you are already awake, then the thoughts of floods come across your mind, giving you lots of hopes and expectations. Those maybe it's regard to yourself sometimes, or about your children, or what you are expecting from children. And sometimes maybe you are expecting things from partner, or sometimes about partner, you are expecting things. And relatives sometimes, and not only them, also friends and colleagues. You expect a lot from all those people surrounded you. No excuse for anyone. No one can escape from your expectation and hopes. Maybe it is very tiny little things. Sometimes maybe it is a huge rock, like a huge rock, those expectations. For example, if the expectations are related to your children or partner, that can be a very huge one. And if it is from friends or colleagues, also friends, you expect a lot. Otherwise, you are not calling them friends. So, in that sense, we are actually, our world is full of expectations and hopes. It is from your side as well as whoever connected to you. Those expectations are never fulfilled as you wish. That is also a problem. The expectation is one side, and the other side is how they fulfill. If you are satisfied with your expectation, how you got those expectations finish, then you are happy. But nobody get those expectations as you wish. You wish a lot and you get little. You expect more from your job. You expect more from your career. You expect more from within the house and family, but very less you get. So those unsatisfactory expectations make you feel like a disaster. Sometimes stressed. Sometimes it is difficult to focus because of the stress that related to the unexpected things. Unexpected things happens without any notice. So unfocused minds, anxious mind, worried mind. So those are the fruit of your expectations most of the time. So that is how our lives go day by day. So in meditation, so out of all those expectations, the disasters and all the stress and unsatisfactoriness and all those things are surrounded, but as you are coming to do some meditation or practice mindfulness to get rid of those. So after you come to practice mindfulness, what will happen? So after you come to mind practice, you expect a lot from your practice. We always have a lot of expectations at each sitting and each walking sessions. So at least you are sitting, thinking, maybe you think, okay, if I can have a tranquility and a very calm, peaceful mind. Sometimes you have expectation or your wish is at least not like yesterday. So yesterday I could be mindful only about 5 minutes or very few breaths I could observe out of 30 minutes. So those are frustrations, and then what you wish when you sit for next time, please not like that. That is also expectation. So to have a calm mind is also expectation, and not to have something like yesterday is also expectation. Whether it is greedy or whether it is hatred, those both gives you same results because both are expectations. So you can make expectation out of hatred feelings as well as you can make wishes or expectations or hopes out of desire. Both gives you same results. So expect to be successful as you wish. Have the same tranquility or the samadhi to have a deep concentration, or at least have a mindful breath, maybe a couple of mindful breath in a consequence or in a row. So whole time you are breaking your concentration and you are breaking your calmness. So you came to do meditation, but you are breaking it with the expectation. And sometimes you have guilt also. You have guilt for not being successful. That is also making you stressed. So usually we do meditation for stress as a stress relief method, but what we get is developing stress because of the expectations. So, and also mostly doubt about what we are doing also gives you stress. So what I want to tell you, what I want to remind you, whatever we are doing, we are creating stress, not someone. Myself, I do create stress by myself or for me. So if you think it, if you dig it deep and deep and deep, you will realize it. If you dig your mind, if you dig your thoughts in deep, you will realize, so I am the one who is creating this stress. I am the one who is creating this stress because I have a lot of expectations that are quite beyond the acceptable level. So maybe that now you are thinking, okay, if I have two children, I have yes, expectations are there. So they need to be very good citizens, and they need to have higher education, and they need to have this and that and so. But what I meant, if you are not expecting it, of course, you need to give them good advice to be a right citizen. But that is not the one giving you a stress. The stress is giving you that you are having a kind of ladder. So you are in the middle of that ladder, and you want to have your children to go beyond you in that ladder. Most of the time, that is the one you are giving, or the expectation gives you stress. So what I want to say, those stress are we made, and in daily life, just imagine daily life, have self-blame for not using enough time for practice. So practice is good, but when you can't do that, you blame yourself for not using enough time for practice. That's also kind of stress, making stress. And self-blame for what we did at work, at home, on the way to the family, or on the way to the home. So all those friends, colleagues, so we can dig all those things at night before you go to sleep. If you memorize what you did through the whole day, you will catch all those things. You will catch all those things. But instead, if you can do mindful walk without any expectations, I will just get the mindful walk. So if you do mindful walk without any expectation, no expectation at all, not thinking, okay, how many steps I can go or I can be mindful. No, nothing. So just walk and trying to be mindful with the steps. So if you are doing that, 100% attention is there, because when you have expectations, the expectation grab your attention also. So if you are just walking and having 100% attention to your foot, just you are focusing on one object, continue giving full attention step after step without having any expectation and without having any hopes. When that happens, when the 100% attention is there on the present sensation, or you are not judging now how you walk or how you feel, not judgment is not at all, then 100% attention gives you very kind of freedom to your mind, because you are only focusing on one thing, and that focus is 100% focused, and your attention or your energy is not burning out or burning away for other things. When you are right here and now with you, you don't have frustrations, you don't have anger, you don't have any worries or any daydreams. Nothing is there. When you are mentally free like this, you feel calm and freed from all the burdens. So likewise, when you do practice again and again like that, naturally you take that lightness. What you feel while you are doing a mindful walk or mindful sitting, that lightness is always with you. Then you might feel you are like a cat. Because if you see the cat, cats walk, lies, they sit sometimes, they just maintain the posture. They are very relaxed. And they are just focusing on present moment. They are not engaging with any other things. They engage through the senses. They are very focused. While they are sitting, they just maybe they just watch. Sometimes they close their eyes and just sit. So like that, they are very focused for the present moment. So mindfulness as well, when we practice, for the formal practice, it is a kind of art that we are going to aware of our thoughts and feelings and surrounding sounds and smells and whatever we see and we tactile feelings. So when that happens, we are very mindful and we are very focused and we are very aware what is happening around us. So then we are like a cat. So also when we are sitting or when we are doing walking meditation or practicing mindfulness on walk or sitting or while doing any other activities, so we are resting deeply, very committing our mind. That committed mind is on the task. So there's no judgment. When there's no judgment, then the stress is gone. It's a relief. So what cats are doing, they do one thing at a time. So what's mindfulness is also the same. So always mindfulness practitioners, teachers and facilitators, they say, okay, one thing at a time and that done well. So that is our Kusala sentence, always he repeat that. Doing one thing at a time and that done well. So that if we are capable of doing that, then there's no stress actually, because we are not expecting anything. Whatever is happening around us, we are just faced to them. So when that happens, when we are free, when we have our mind is free like that, then we are very satisfied and very happy. So that is why we need to look at, even looking at cat, just looking at a cat is making us very calm. It's like watching a fish tank. If you look at the fish just swimming, there's no any focus place or any focus directions to swim. It just swim. So even they are not sleeping with closed eyes, they open eyes, always they keep their eyes are open, but still not stressed. So they are very freely swimming, and the problem is why we can't. So we have that kind of, a very sensible and very intelligent mind, but still we are using it for to develop frustrations and anxiety and stress and also all those things with the expectations, with the hopes. We live with that kind of hopes. And sometimes without hope, we feel like we are empty. We feel like we have nothing to do. If there is no hope, if there is no wish, if there is no expectations, then we feel like empty. So we don't need anything. We are not having any motivation to do anything. That's also in one side. But what we need to think, we should have expectations to a certain extent. What we need for living, what we need for comfortable living. And over that is too much expectations. Over that is giving you very much trouble. So we are not saying by practicing mindfulness, you have to give up all your expectations and your hopes and your goals and all other things. We are saying, like a cat. Even cat enjoy their food in a very leisurely. Even for a treat, they enjoy it very leisurely. So what the cat gives, the cat's philosophy actually, when we look at the cat, when we observe the cat, when we read and when we understand how cats are living, so there are a lot of things we can adapt from the cat's life. So deep breathing, one is. So cats, they are so very slow. Unless they are going to catch the prey, so still they are slow, they are focused to the prey, and then they rush to the prey. Yeah, only that time they are very quick. And all other times they are very slow and very relaxed. So if we can have all the time, every day when I meet anyone, so I just ask. It is like a mantra for me. So I always ask, every 1 hour, just give 2 minutes for yourself. Even you are in a very big business work, or even you are at home with your children or partner, just give 2 minutes for yourself. Just focus on yourself, how your posture is, what you are doing right now. Maybe you are having a cup of tea, or you just maybe sitting, or maybe you are chatting with someone. So just focus on yourself and how you chat. What is your mind saying? Even though you are talking, so sometimes you are talking and your mind says something else. So you can observe those things. Just be yourself for 2 minutes. So you can have a deep breath. 2-3 deep breaths. Focused 2-3 deep breath will gives you very relaxed time for next 1 hour or 2. So likewise, whatever you do, you don't need to concern about what you do. Every time you can focus to yourself, how you sit or what you are doing, even you are writing or even you are using the computer, or just focus on and keep your 100% attention with the work you are doing. Every 2 minutes for every hour. So you can do that, or if you are very busy, then you can use every 2 minutes in half an hour, or 2 hours, like that. So and one other thing I can mention: enjoy and appreciate the present moment. That is very likely. Cats are fully immerse themselves in an experience. Whatever they do, they immerse in there. They are eating slowly. They are showing lesson in savoring. The present moment is very enjoyable for them. They are not rushing through, but instead we always rush through. Even we are going to bathroom, washroom, so we rush. So when we come out, we don't know what we actually, whether we flushed it or not. So we are so very quick. We want to do all the things in certain period of time, and you want to finish it. So you are in a very rush or very quick lifestyle. You are using it all the time, and you are not thinking that how much you burn out or how much you wasting your energy for that rush or quick actions. If you do slowly, even that 30 minutes, if you just imagine 30 minutes, within 30 minutes you are doing 2 or 3 work or some 3 activities. You brush your teeth, wash your face, and get dressed, for example. If you are mindful, 10 minutes is more than enough for that. If you are not mindful, because you don't know where is the brush and what you, whose brushes you are taking right now, and you are very confused sometimes, and so on. So if you are mindful, it takes very little time. So I believe living in the present moment is very important, and the cats are doing it very gentle manner. And the focusing on the task. For example, cats, when they groom, they groom. They are not looking at everywhere and grooming. They just, when they groom, they groom. When they play, they play. When they relax, they relax. When they are going for prey, hunting for prey, so they are doing it. And they are very patient also. Sometimes cats like to play with humans. When the whatever we expect that human or boy or girl is not interested in playing with the cat, he just ignore it, and he is not quarreling with the man or the boy. He just sit and relax. So if we are expecting someone to be with us for a play or for a chat or for something else, if that person is not available, so we get mad. Sometimes we get mad. Sometimes we are very unhappy about it, thinking that, oh, okay, he doesn't have or she doesn't have enough time for me, and he is not capable of making time. So likewise, we are always keeping or finding errors, finding some reasons to get angry, reasons to get worried. So cats are not like that. So what we need to learn from cats, if we have some expectation, if it is not happen, just forget it. Just forget it, thinking maybe some other time. Maybe it will never happen, but still your mind is very clear. If you are not keeping it in your mind forever, or if you let go and if you forget it, that is very easy for you. But it is, I know it is hard in the beginning, really, really hard, unless you are mindful. And the other thing is, if you can observe the surroundings, that is how cats are. They are mindful all the time. They are aware of what is happening around them. So we call it bare attention in mindfulness practice. So that is how we start mindfulness. Bare attention is so important because what we know, what is happening around us. So whatever the sound is, when we start practicing mindfulness, what we say is, okay, when you are hear something, you can put your attention in there. When you see something, you can put your attention in there. When you smell something, you can put your attention in there. This is not something, one thing, one focused, one object. This whatever happen, you can observe it. So that is a good lesson, and that good lesson from that is a good lesson to learn from cat. And it is our teachers also teach us to do mindfulness practice in the beginning like that also. That is, we call bare attention or sati matra. It is very important, that kind of attention as well. And the resting. So like I said, every 1 hour, if we can put 2 minutes for us, be mindful about whatever we are doing right now. So it is simply a rest time. So cats are resting all the time. They are not have any guilt about that. So we can do the same. We can keep 2 minutes. Or if you have more time, 5 minutes is better. But at least 2 minutes for yourself, it's good. And cats doesn't have any goals unless they have their prey to catch. Also, the mindfulness doesn't have goals. So meditation, if you put that word meditation, so meditation has goal. So meditation has achieving the dhamma or achieving the concentration level, tranquility, a lot of things. But mindfulness has no goal. So you are just being aware about whatever is happening around you, and be right now with you. So there's no any goal. So in that sense, the cats and us, or cats and mindful person, has similar characteristics. So like living like a cat, really, I think it is embodies the mindfulness. So it is engage with the senses. It invite us to engage with the senses. It is invite us to be fully present, fully be aware of the present moment. And it is also embrace the relaxation and calm and guilt, without guilt, a deeply concentrated quality life. So thank you for listening. Over to you, Sonali.
Thank you very much, Venerable Rohini. We really can learn a lot from cats. So that bare attention is something I took out from this session as a take home. So we'll try and improve. I'm sure most of you made that mental note. Moving on to the next item in the agenda, it is reports that we have received to present to Venerable Rohini for her feedback. Before that, I will start sharing my screen with the beginner's guide to anyone who wants to start meditating, or anyone who wants to share it with your friends and family who wants to start meditating. There are two videos that Nissarana Vanaya has produced, one on mindful walking and one on mindful sitting. So we recommend to start with this, watching these videos. Once you have watched it and you understand what the two mindful sitting and walking are, you can start putting it into your own practice. You can start with any amount of time and then continue to gradually progress to 2 hours. It is the recommendation. Once you have had your own experience, we'd like to hear from you. On a reflection report. We will have some reports that we present to Venerable Rohini in a little while. So if you can take some examples of that on how you could present it to us, that we could give more feedback. And so this is about your own feelings, your own experience in your meditation session. If it is sitting, whether it is you have used in your primary objective, if not, what is the the quality of it, as in if it's the breath, the belly movement, the sensation on your nostrils, etc. And then if it is walking, how your feet, where the pressure points were, soles, the body weight shifting, and things that you personally experienced yourself. Once you have the experience and you have written it down, you can send it to us via the email, which is beginnersnv@gmail.com. If not, there is also a Google form, which isn't very popular among a lot of people. However, there is a link to that. I will share all this information on the chat in the next couple of minutes. We also have our sessions on the website, and if you go into Nissarana Vanaya YouTube channel, a Satipasala YouTube channel, there should be able to find the live streams, and we are currently live streaming to YouTube, and all the sessions are live streamed directly to the YouTube Satipasala YouTube channel as well. I will now move on to the reports we have received today. And we have received 2 reports, or 3 reports actually. The first one, I will start, Venerable Rohini, if it's okay, I will start the first one. It's from an adult. It says, mindfulness during the day. 3rd week of holidays now, few more days before returning home. Wonderful opportunity to learn about various fluctuations of the mind. Sightseeing for hours in the heat of sun, so many meals, taking pictures, traveling from one country to another, packing and unpacking, charging phones, and the list goes on. All these things were watched quietly by the mind. Hilarious to note the amount of planning for months, reducing the passing days and week. There are happy moments, restful moments, and at times tiredness from traveling. While no formal practice, mindfulness would trickle in and on and off more than expected. When the skin felt burning from strength of sun, mindfulness noted the sensation of heat instead of proliferating annoyance projected at others. When the body reached the shade, it noted the difference in the skin. Again, less proliferation in mind. Few reactive behaviors were also caught just in time for awareness, which meant there were only a couple of disagreements with family members. Sitting by a river or seaside, there were many opportunities to be mindful. While still being around the family a few years ago, Few years ago, this would not have been possible, as then mind would have proliferated the fact that it should have assigned a lot of formal practice and find fault with family for lack of time. None of that arose. Mind simply noting what is taking place, noting peace when that arose, noting pleasure when that arose, breeze on the face. Even did Dhamma contemplation during a 3-hour internal flight and did not feel the time passing, but mind felt alert and buoyant. Dear Bhante, look forward to your valuable feedback and immense gratitude for the practical guidance. Thero and Saranai. That's the end of report, Venerable Rohini.
One thing I noticed in there, it said mind simply noting throughout the holidays or whatever they did. So that is very important sentence actually, because simply noticing, simply noting. So what we try to understand today is to be like a cat. So simply noticing, like a cat. Yeah, not a stress with the workload, or not a stress with the sun or sunburn, or like packing and unpacking. There are a list of things, but just noticing, and whenever needed to do something, just do. But usually at home, maybe it's not relaxed like that. So, and maybe not a good practitioner. If you are not a good practitioner, then it is also not relaxing. I remember when I was in lay life, I like to go for trips, and when come back, unloading and cleaning and all those things are making me not to go and stay home. So it is best holidays are at home. I was thinking, because not much to do. So, but if someone is going like this, whoever the writer, it's very simple, and no rush and nothing to worry, just facing the truth. When it is rush, when it's rush. When it is slow, when it is slow. And when you need to clean, you need to clean. Even if you need to clean, if you can't, just forget it, because you are not at home. Maybe you can go to next rest what do you call, rest house, and eat or stay. So there's a simple way. So if you can have like mind like that, that's a very good practitioner actually. Otherwise it is impossible. So it's a good thing. So practice into a real life, your normal practice, a formal practice. This person put it into the real life. So it's a very good experience, and actually it's happy to hear. And Venerable Bhante should know it, and he will be happy more than me actually.
Thank you, Venerable Rohini. Since we have 2 more reports, I will quickly move on to the next one. It is also by an adult. Venerable Swami Mahansa, mindful walking. I walked freely few times, but my mind was full of thoughts, angry thoughts. Then I stood at the edge and determined to do well. But no sooner mind slipped away. Actually, I was walking on the path, same as other days, but didn't recognize any sensations on souls. Birds maybe were not there. No any wind lingering around me as usual. Was sun there? I can't even remember. Head was paining very severely. Thought of doing loving kindness meditation. Dropped the idea, remembering teacher's advice. Again, focused attention to feet. This time very slowly and labeling, rising, moving, keep. Did a body scan at the edges. Wow, I could feel the body. Shoulders, arms, fingers, chest, abdomen, felt so happy. Then observed roughness of the floor. Then mindful sitting. After the battle in mindful walk, entered to mindful sitting. Felt an uneasiness. Breath scattered. Gradually kept the left palm on abdomen. Observed rising and fallings. They became vague. Observed touching of feet, palms and back, heavy and hard. They became light and soft. Thero and Saranai Swamin Wahansa. End of report.
For me, actually, it's a good report, especially walking, because it says lot of thoughts and it's angry thoughts. Just if someone can see the angry thoughts and if you can appreciate it, that is how the metta. So in the report, the person says she or he wanted to practice loving kindness to get rid of that angry thoughts maybe, and then after the remembering the advice of teachers, she or he give up it or not doing it, not practicing it. So for me, what I want to say, my advice is, if you can just appreciate that the angry thoughts, knowing the angry thoughts and just knowing is there is the best metta, is the best loving kindness towards you. So maybe that angry thoughts are related to someone else or something happened in the past with someone. So maybe there is a someone and something and some place. But still, the thoughts are yours. You take it as yours. That is the problem. So, but if you can acknowledge these thoughts, yes, something happened in the past, regards to that person, regards to that matter, it is the past, yes, now it's still I am angry, and even though I am trying to do mindful work, still that angry thoughts are coming behind me. At least if you can, yeah, okay, yes, so I am angry, and still I am angry, and still those angry thoughts are coming, and it's like chasing me, it's okay. If you can see it, and if you can acknowledge it, if you can appreciate it, then it will go very quickly, giving you peace. That is the real loving kindness towards you. So what only that I note, and as a special thing. So if you can practice it, if something happened like that, according to Vitakka Santana Sutta, there's a sutta called Vitakka Santana Sutta. It gives you many advices. The Buddha gives you many advices to get rid of all those thoughts. When it is hatred or angry thoughts, maybe it is desireful thoughts, or maybe delusion. So always delusion goes with the anger or the desire. It doesn't matter, but whenever those thoughts comes, Buddha advised us five things actually he advised. One of them is what I said, just acknowledge it. Just acknowledge means, okay, you come and keep my mind busy with those thoughts. No, I'm not saying acknowledging like that. Just acknowledge that knowing. You know it is angry thoughts. And thoughts are coming, it is angry thoughts. So that knowing is there. Whenever the knowing is there, you are very free. Unless you are not accepting it, you are not free. So you need to accept it. When you accept it, what you need to accept? You need to accept those thoughts I keep as mine, but it is not mine. But still I'm knowing that those thoughts are coming, those thoughts are chasing me. So just knowing is there, and that knowing make you free from those thoughts. So that knowing gives you metta or loving kindness towards you. So the other thing is, the second one is just practice for the mindful walk, or just practice for the focus for the breath. That is also Buddha mentioned. The second one is try to focus on something else, or just acknowledge it. The one more thing you can do, you can go deep down with the thoughts. So when you have angry thoughts, why am I having angry thoughts? So you can go back. Why am I having angry thoughts? Okay, maybe that because of that person. So what make that person gives me those angry thoughts? Then you can go to next level of for the angry thoughts. Likewise, you can dig down to find the reason for angry thoughts. Then you will actually, if you go like that, if you go digging like that, ultimately you will laugh at you. What kind of silly person I am, thinking like that. So you will laugh at you if you go digging down to find the reason for angry thoughts. So that is also another way of get rid of angry thoughts. So one is just keep going on your walking or sitting. Second one is just appreciate the knowing of anger. Third one is you can dig down the reason, finding the reason for anger. Thank you, Sonali. I hope the person get the feedback. Maybe the person, I don't know. If not satisfied, please ask again.
Thank you, Venerable Rohini. So we'll move on to the last report we have received today. Thero Saranai Bhante, though there is no urge to write or express, something there that says share these even though they are blurred. Once it was written regarding the experience of trying to be cleaner in day-to-day life, a need to wash hands, there was clear discomfort in facing such situations. Followed the feedback from Bhante, and that was very helpful. And it is grateful to receive the guidance when needed. With the practice, the power of those is reduced. And it's like there is distance from what's going on. It doesn't mean those have vanished fully. It is like they are in the background and sometimes clear. Mostly nothing to say on those. Now it can be noticed that there is an option to face the discomfort. Sometimes even not following the instructions, which fades away. It can't take control over things as easily, making guilty feelings. Sometimes it goes with the need to wash hands, but this also fades away as you can never even without doing so. Earlier it was fearful to sit with discomfort. Now it is blurred and can be faced. So the practice only did all magics. And just putting these into words as if there is someone who needs to be encouraged with such situations to keep practicing to be mindful of these. Thank you so much, Bhante, and all who are involved in this program. Theruvan Saranai. I hope it is clear.
Yes, 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 it is clear. Yeah, so he or she is on the way to the result, the end result. The practice make you not the perfect, but towards the perfectness. Right? The person is going towards it. No hurry. Just take your time and keep concentration on mindfulness and keep concentration on your thoughts, and those will fade away. Sometimes it will not, but don't worry. So if it is not fading away, just don't worry. So that is the main important thing. If you are worrying, then you will go back on your path. If you not worrying, then you will go forward. But it's not working. It was working. Now, right now, it is not working. But don't worry. If you are not worrying, it will not go back. So if you are not worrying, then you will stay there without going forward. Still you are on the path. So practice again and again. Whenever when there is an error, don't worry and keep it on and on. Then you will be a successful person. Regards to this as well as any other problems. The problems are there as long as we take it as a problem. If we take it as a path to freedom or path to tranquility or path to calm mind, then you are on the path. So keep it on, keep it live, practice, so you will see the end result.
Thank you, Venerable Rohini. It is now time for questions. I can already see a hand raised. Ashini, would you like to unmute and ask your question?
Thero Mehenin
Ashini, we can't hear you.
Thero Mehenin
Can you little higher? You can raise your voice little bit.
Mehenin
Yes.
the second report was by me.
We can't hear you.
Mehenin the second report was by myself. I wrote about the anger which rose in me, and even now, when the object is there, time to time it evokes, it appears again. So I just wanted to see a distinction in that. Could you please help me further?
We can't hear, dear.
Venerable Rohini, we could hear, but we need to sort of increase the volume a little. If you could come closer to the mic, maybe, Ashini?
Mehenin can you hear me now?
Yeah, now yes.
It's better.
Mehenin the second report was by me, and I
Okay.
was telling about the anger which came to me during the meditation session. Actually, thereafter it ceased, but time to time it pop-ups again, and I just want to want to eliminate it so that I can be peaceful. Time to time it comes to my mind, and I don't like those angry thoughts come into my mind, because previously I was peaceful for many months. This has happened after a long time, and it seems very uncomfortable. That's why.
Okay. Did you ever heard about Buddha says something is permanent?
No, so many nods.
No. So the calm, quiet mind, the successful meditation, all those are also impermanent. It's not, you can't keep it all the time in the same manner, in the same ways, in the same concentration level. You can't. Those are changing. It's also evolving. The concentration evolving, the mindfulness is evolving, the faith is evolving, the effort is evolving, everything is evolving. But if you are still mindful, you are on the path. So what you need to focus and what you need to remember, if you are mindful, even though you are having hatred feelings, if you take it as hatred feeling, or hatred thoughts or angry thoughts are mine, then you are a failure. What you need to do, the thoughts are thoughts. It's similar to you and me and Sonali and even for the Arahat, thoughts are thoughts. Only the difference between Arahat and the normal person, he doesn't take thoughts as mine. But usual people take thoughts as my thoughts, my head, my body, and the thoughts are mine as well. So whenever you are taking thoughts as mine, then you are trapped in one level, trapped in a cage. Once you are trapped in a cage, you have to suffer. That is what we are doing. So what you need to do, whenever the angry thoughts come, angry thoughts are also kind of thoughts. When it is desire, it is also a kind of thoughts. There are 52 things in the mind. Those are combining with other things and come as thoughts. So you can't avoid them. Sometimes it is nice thoughts, sometimes it's angry thoughts. But thoughts are thoughts. It is not mine. As long as you are keeping it distance and focusing on your practice for the mindful walk or mindful sitting, you are the winner. Otherwise, your thoughts are going to win. One thing you need to understand, Ashini, you can't stop. And the second thing is, you need to understand that nothing is permanent. Third thing is, as long as you are aware about it, you are knowing, the knowing is there. Whenever the knowing is there, you are the winner. And whenever you are ignore it and not having it as my thought, then you are the winner. So just try to win, not to lose.
I understood it thoroughly, Mehin. Thank you so much for clarifying it for me.
Okay.
Praise for you, Mehin. Theron Sarnai, Mehin.
Thero Sarnai.
Thank you, Ashini. Thank you, Venerable Rohini. We have a few more minutes if anyone else has any questions. Please raise your Zoom hand and let us know. So I'll let you unmute yourself. I can't actually see any raised hands. I'm assuming everyone is quite clear on today's what we discussed and have no questions on the program. You can also ask any general topic questions, not just for today on today's session on your meditation or any questions regarding your practice. I always also like feedback on the session as well. So if anyone would like us to share something about the session, how else would you like us to improve the session? Even any kind of feedback like that would be helpful as well. So I will give another couple of seconds. Samantha, yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Sonali, and thank you, Venerable Rohini. I'm really grateful for these sessions because through these sessions, I really learned what to be mindful actually means. Because before, people just talk about mindfulness all the time, and it was just like a buzzword. But having been through these sessions, I begin to understand it's like the being mindful, it makes one's life really alive, brings it to life, because otherwise I'm always embroidered in my thoughts and proliferations, and just out of habits I just get embroiled in it, and I just get carried away and doing things without even thinking, and that's all leading to my own suffering and increasing it. So I really appreciate it. And so now, in that moment, even like today, when Venerable was giving this advice about being mindful, like a cat, in that moment, there's an element of relaxing freedom and peace and happiness as well. But the only problem is those moments don't last long. So I think, then you go back to the habit of, proliferating again. So I was just wondering, Venerable, how do we extend that mindfulness? Is that just being just out of practice, basically, and mindful of the fact that I need to put more effort. That's also a thing, because I mean, it's easy to be just proliferating without any effort. The mind seems to like that, going into the past and the future and daydream. But to be in the present, one has to put a lot of effort. Would that be the answer, Venerable?
Actually, it is a good question, because a lot of people having that question. I think because whenever you try to be mindful, it's okay. Then after a few seconds or after a few minutes, you lose it, and then you are all over the place again. So that is very normal. But the progress is going like this. For example, when you are practicing mindfulness by sitting, so you are sitting, it is quite, you close your eyes, so your eyes are closed. That means that sense is not taking any objects. Then you are going to go, if you are sitting in a normal quiet place, then you are not taking any sounds as object. And if you are living or sitting in a normal place, there's no any odor, so no smell. So then that means your eyes are closed, your nose are closed, your ears are closed. And you are not eating anything and you are not talking. So that means your 5 of your doors are closed. No, 4 of your doors are closed. So then only your body is there. So what you do, you take your body as a object. And then you try to keep your mind intact with the body. So only 2 senses are working. The mind is the one who is jumping all the time as like a monkey, but we are keeping mind with the body, either with the breath or the exhale and inhale, or tummy movements or the posture. So you keep 4 senses closed and practice mindfulness. So that is quite a comfortable way of practicing mindfulness for most people. And then once you practice like that, we encourage all practitioners to do mindful walk. So while we are doing mindful walk, you open your eyes, so you can see things. And you, if you are walking in an outdoor area, you can smell flowers and all those things. Your nose are open, and you can hear the sounds. If you are walking in an outdoor area, then that means only mouth is closed. So 4 other doors are open, and mind is try to intact or engage with other 4 doors. So in that sense, what we do, first you try to be mindful after closing your 4 senses. And now you are taking other 3 senses open. So you are, just imagine if your child is not able to eat themselves. He or her, the child can't eat herself. But the first day, she will eat very little things, maybe 1 or 2 pieces of sandwich or one bite. But next day, when you practice, next day she can do more, and next day she can do more, and after 4 week or so, she can go and sit in a restaurant beside you. So likewise, so when you practice mindfulness, sitting practice, and that you gain some kind of mindfulness is there, and you gain some kind of wisdom, and you extend it to the mindful walk. When you do mindful walking and mindful sitting together, your wisdom is more developed, and that is come as a skill. That skill helps you to do mindfulness practice in day-to-day activities. Maybe it's throughout the day you can't do that. But still, that whatever you develop as mindfulness as well as wisdom is there. So that is how we practice. So you can't do all the time, you can't be mindful throughout the day. But not to worry, because you are practicing means you are developing your skills. So if you are thinking, okay, only once I am sit, okay, I am okay, and then once I am going to walk, it's okay. And day-to-day activities, only one thing I can do, and all rest of the day is I am all over the place. So don't think like that. So if you practice walking and sitting every day, and one activity, doing mindful, one activity, that's enough. Don't worry. If you do it regularly, every day, at every same time, you develop a momentum of wisdom that is coming through whole day. Not to worry. You feel like you are angry person, you get angry thoughts, and you feel like you are having desire for those things, and you are not mindful enough in sometimes with the conversations and like that. Don't worry. You feel like that. Still you feel like that. But what Buddha says, and what our Lokuswaminansa says, and my experience is not to worry, because you are developing your skills. One day you will realize, although if I have that angry thoughts and desires and all the other things, and I am not mindful, once you will realize, whenever you need it, it will come. Even without notice, it will come. So mindfulness will never, how do you call, give up you. You may try to give up mindfulness, but mindfulness never give up you. So not to worry, Samantha. I think Samantha, yes. Not to
Yeah, thank you.
worry. Just keep your trust. Just believe the words of Lokuswaminansa, Buddha, Sariputta Thero. All people are telling the truth with their experience. So just believe them and practice. One day you will realize yourself, okay, each and every day I collected this wisdom by
Thank
practicing.
you very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadhu, 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 Venerable Rohini. I believe you too now. And I will. That's given me the motivation to practice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Venerable Rohini, and thank you, Samantha, and everyone who asked the questions. We have gone over the time, so I will now move to ending the session. Thank you to everyone who participated today, and most of all, thank you to Venerable Rohini to take in time and from your day at a very uncomfortable hour. If you are in New Zealand, I'm not sure where you are at the moment, but if not, thank you very much for guiding us as usual. And also we can't forget our usual guide, Venerable Homagama Dhamma Kusala Thero, and also Venerable Udayiriyagama Dhammajiva Mahathero, whose idea was to initiate this program. May they all improve their own practice with this merit as well. Thank you to all the organizers, and thank you to everyone who participated today with us live, and anyone who may be watching YouTube later on and who may be watching our link later on from the website. And our program, as usual, will come to you at 1 p.m. at Sri Lankan time. Times may vary next couple of weeks for the UK participants. However, we will stick to 1 p.m. Sri Lankan time. We wish you all a happy and mindful week ahead. And thank you, everyone. I will now move on to ending the session.